Hey everybody, and welcome back. In Piraeus, got to do a little shopping, so I had to take a little walk. But I wanted to talk about what it's like being an expat in Greece. There is, of course, issues with getting a visa. A long stay visa you have to get while you're in the United States, and it can be a bit of a pain, but the process isn't too difficult. Now, if you just want to visit Greece, which I would always recommend doing that before you live anywhere, you do get, if you're a US citizen, I don't know about everywhere else, but you do get 90 days here, and I think that's enough to really know if it's a place you want to stay. But being an expat here, honestly, I love it. I'm a fan of history. I have a degree in archaeology, and kind of the archaeological richness that this place has, I honestly, I don't think you can get anywhere else. I'm sure you can. I'm sure there's places where they have all the same things that they have here, but it really is interesting to me. And the people, the culture, the living people, the living culture here is fantastic as well. I mean, I don't really have any complaints about Greece, and I've been coming here for a few years. The first time I came here was in 2017, and I've been living here off and on for the past few years now. And it's really whatever you want to get out of it. It's cheap, by Western standards, it's pretty cheap. If you want an apartment, honestly, you're looking at like 400 euros a month, for a decent apartment in a nice part of the city as well. Crime is low. It's not something I ever really worry about. There are a couple parts of the city where, it is a problem. Drugs are a problem, but in general, it's a very safe place. You get people drinking, but it's not really a big drug thing, except in one part of the city. And that's, it's advisable for most people not to go there. But where I live in Piraeus, it's incredibly safe. It's a little touristy, but not too bad. But it has everything that you want, Right now, we're gonna go get a coffee because the coffee in Greece is outstanding, and I just got back from Turkey, and Turkish coffee is just not for me. Actually, I was in the countryside, and it was so hard to find a place that actually had an espresso machine, and when we did find one, no one knew how to use it, which is kind of funny. But the food here is great. People here are great. The life here in general is just slower. It does remind me a little bit of Southeast Asia as far as kind of the pace of life, what people want out of life. It's very family oriented. Religion is a huge thing here. Religious holidays, there's just random days where all the businesses will be closed. And, it's kind of annoying at first. But, after a while, you get used to it. And you understand, especially like as a Christian, it doesn't really bother me at all. But as an American, it did bother me at first because you're so used to everything being convenient. Now, when it comes to the government, that's a bit tricky. As a Westerner, I feel like you do get a bit of special preference and special treatment when it comes to government officials, when it comes to police. Because this is a tourist country. Their economy is pretty tourist driven. I'm in Athens, well, I'm in a suburb of Athens, but, it's a huge part of the economy. But living here as an expat, it's a simple life and it's cheap. So a lot of those worries that you have everywhere else, you don't really have here. It allows you to, if you want to pursue, like me, I pursue my writing. If you want to pursue being an artist, you can pursue your education. If you save up and you have enough to come out, work on building your business online. Really, that's being an expat in general. Living in places where you can geomax, but it's definitely something that you can do here. All right, I guess a minute before we come down to the cafe, I just kind of wanted to show you this. Right, this is, I think it's the Zeus Harbor. I don't know, but it's the port down by Piraeus, and I find myself down here pretty much every day because this is where my favorite cafe is. But all along here, right, you have like these amazing little restaurants, and over there by the trees, it's like a lot of nightlife down there, right? A lot of outdoor bars, There's a great like German kind of beer hall over there. And of course, right next to it, the taller building right here, Sklavenitas. It's like a 5-story grocery store. It's got everything that you need, really. But yeah, and there's a smaller store. That's where I'm going today. But for now, I said I needed coffee first, so let's go get a coffee. Now, my favorite place, and I'm sure people here take their coffee very seriously. And in Europe, in general, they do. And I'll have to say that they're right. Americans, we don't really know much about coffee, and I didn't realize that until I really started living here. But my favorite place is that little shop right there, Il Toto. And it's kind of a chain, you know, you see them all over the place, but the coffee consistency is just something else, right? It's something else. And I don't really know what makes the coffee different, but it's like smoother, it's heavier, it's richer. I got no complaints. Yeah, while I'm waiting for my coffee to get ready, I need a little something, so I'll run over to the kiosk real quick. If you ever need anything, you just stop by one of these. They have snacks, drinks, cigarettes, vapes, whatever you want. And they never gouge prices for tourists, so, you know, it's a great, like, little resource to use. I mean, even if you're in the most touristy place, it's still the same price. I don't know if it's regulated, but you want a bottle of water, it's like 50 cents no matter where you're at. Even if you're right at the foot of the Acropolis, it's always the same price, which is really nice. Because, you know, if you travel anywhere, you know, it can be a real pain in the ass trying to find even water. So yeah. All right, we got a Freddo cappuccino. It's like, I don't know. It's like a cold brew espresso drink. It's super popular here, but people love it. It's like half espresso, then it's super, super thick foam, but it's different everywhere you go. In some places. It's almost like whipped cream, a ton of whipped cream, which if you're on a diet like me, it's not good. But I mean, they make their own here, so it's just like, it's a super, super thick foam. But you just got to give it like a shake for like a solid minute to really mix it in. It makes it this really nice, I don't know, like it's very airy. And honestly, even for a city, it's pretty chill here. So, you know, if you want the grind or like kind of hustle life, hustle culture, that's not really a big thing here. But it's great for me. I feel like museums, it's a big artist community here, right? It's real cosmopolitan. But it's a pretty homogenous place. Everyone here is pretty much Greek. You do get a lot of Europeans in some parts of the city. You know, there are a lot of migrants that go there. But for the most part, you know, Greece is just very Greek. I think it's something like 98% Greek. But you do notice, and I don't mean, it's not racism where I'm coming from, but you do notice that a lot less problems that we have in America, you have in like England, tend to be in places where it's a little homogenous like this, right? It's the same thing, you know, like if I'm in the Philippines or Thailand. I mean, you do get other populations that are there, but for the most part, everyone has, you know, a common identity, which seems to make society move a little bit easier. But, you know, that doesn't mean that they're not diverse. It's still different people with different ideas. So you do get it. It's a diversity of mentality, which is nice. All right, we got our coffee now. Time to do a little bit of shopping. The fiance is a little under the weather, and she can't really hold much down. So we need to get some soup. There's some stuff to make soup. I love to cook. And she wants chicken and corn chowder. So I'm gonna be cooking from scratch today. So let's get some ingredients. Look at this doggy. Hey, puppy. Yeah. Athens, a very dog-friendly place. You see dogs everywhere. It's a basic neighborhood restaurant or neighborhood grocery store. Everything you need, right? Wines, vegetables. We got some potatoes, nectarines, some mushrooms, and everything else I pretty much have at home except some chicken. So let's get that now. Like I said, this is a kind of like a medium-sized local grocery store. But here on the second floor, we have your dairies, you know, your little cookies, your coffees. Nespresso here is a big thing. That's kind of what everyone uses. But I still kind of prefer just to go out and get my coffee in the morning. It's €2, you know, for one of the best cups of coffee I ever had, and I have it every day. And I'm so thankful for it because it's keeping me alive at this point. You know, there are local butchers, there's more cheeses, but there are local butchers. These stores have, I mean, amazing little butcher sections. And the lamb here is very good. And the lamb in America really isn't something that we eat very often, but here, I don't know why, but it's just so different. It's so good. I love it. So yeah, done doing a little shopping. Now it's time to go cook. But I guess to wrap it up, being an expat here is pretty amazing, right? I mean, where else can you really be where it's Southeast Asia prices, but you still have all the conveniences and the quality of life of a European city? You know, a mix of the people, the culture, and the history of this place. And really the reasons why I stayed here. And I don't really see me going back anytime soon. So yeah, I'll try to make a little more content coming up with actually going to more touristy places. But I just kind of want to, I guess, talk for a minute and kind of show my point of view. If you have any questions though, you know, feel free to put them in the comments section, and maybe it'll give me some more ideas. Because I do like making these videos. It's fun to get out and kind of give me time to, I guess, reflect on why I enjoy being here as well. Because sometimes you do get wrapped up in yourself. So it's nice. And so thanks.